Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to CoachTrell first live watch day on YouTube. I am preparing my water. Okay, make sure my pans is set. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're ready. I feel like I need to shift my phone just a little bit more. The one thing that I was trying to avoid was dropping my phone. All right, so let's try this again. Y'all, I'm scared. I don't want to drop my phone anymore. That is not going to work. Y'all, I'm scared. All right, so I'm going to end this live so I can get my phone to read. Oh, someone is watching. Hello. Hi, Blake. So I am in the middle of a phone situation. My phone has fallen and I'm scared to put it back. Oh, not a whole thing of it though. Okay, so hi Rylan, hi Ethan. Okay, well, I was trying to be prepared before I got here, but my phone case is being special. So I'm going to grab my other one. Key streaming now. Yeah. So I have a backup. I have a backup. And so we're just going to use that one. What are you doing? I am about to go live. Well, I am already live, but I'm about to wash my hair. And so I usually do my lives on Facebook, but I decided that I wanted to try out my YouTube channel and see how that goes. And so far, it is going like my very first live on Facebook. Yeah, there we go. So, all right. We almost there, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Voila. My light is in the wrong place now. Oh well. so that was something else that I took in consideration, is that Facebook does have a younger audience versus YouTube. But, you know, feel like we can all benefit from different generations of hair tips and tools. So I'll introduce myself. So my name is CoachTrell. I am a natural hair coach and educator. I have been on my natural hair journey. Actually, it'll be 15 years in August. But I did not start wearing my natural hair and embracing it until about 2 years ago. Actually, August will be 3 years. And so in the midst of these almost 3 years, I have been educating myself on how to care for my hair with the assistance of CurlMix, which is a natural hair brand. I started coaching master classes for them in February of 23, and I fell in love with coaching and teaching about natural hair. So for the last 3 years, 2 years, I've been a natural hair coach, and I've done many Facebook Lives on Facebook, and so I wanted to expand my audience and try out YouTube. So here we are. We got off to a little rocky start, but we're here. Hi, Kat. So I am streaming about natural hair, and I'm doing a live wash on my short tapered cut. I don't personally hair type, but some would say that I have 4C hair. But my only hair type is to have healthy hair. And so I want to show you guys how I style my hair, why I do what I do, and offer some hair care tips for those that may be on the struggle bus of their natural journey, or they may be wanting to go natural, but they don't know what to do, what products they should be incorporating in their wash day. And so I wanted to share that information. So right now I am just completely saturating my hair in sections because the back part is shorter, and so I really want to make sure that I give it the necessary attention. So with saturating my hair at this point, I am really making sure that I try to get my cuticles open to absorb the water and wash out all of the product that I was previously tapped in my hair. See you later, Kat. Thank you for joining. So last Wednesday, a whole 2 days ago, I went and saw my curl stylist, and I got a trim and a really good treatment and deep conditioning and all of the things that helps you along the journey of having natural hair. So this is my first wash mixed in. I am just saturating my hair, squeezing some water in there, rinsing out the product that was used to style my hair last week, so that my shampoo does not have to work as hard when I start cleansing. Try to make sure I stay in the frame of the camera. I remember when I started my natural, well, I've been natural for almost 15 years, but majority of that time I spent in braids and sew-ins and quick weaves, not really embracing and wearing my natural hair. But almost 3 years ago, I did start wearing my natural hair. And I did not think that my natural hair would curl the way that I saw the other ladies on. But my hair would not do that. And I was wrong. My hair will do that. I just needed to get to know my hair and how to use the product that I was using, which was the CurlMix 4-step wash and go system. They really gave me the opportunity to get to know my hair and love my hair. And so, because of them, I have been wearing my natural hair for the last almost 3 years. Faithfully. And it's a very freeing journey. So if I can help anyone on their journey with the things that I have learned over these 3 years, then I am happy to share. I also offer one-on-one coaching services to those that are in need of hair coaching, hair support, product recommendations, all of the things that will help you along your natural hair journey. So my crown name is Sunflower, based on the title of my YouTube channel, which is P.A.C.E, CoachTrell, and Sunflower. P.A.C.E is my hair coaching business, and P.A.C.E stands for patience, acceptance, consistency, and education. Those are the 4 things that I personally needed in order to get my hair where it is now. And so when I was trying to decide what did I want to name it, I thought about my journey, and patience, acceptance, consistency, and education was the 4 pillars that really helped guide me on this journey. And then my crown name is Sunflower. And so when I was thinking about what I wanted to name my hair, I wanted to represent, I wanted to have its own identity. And when people saw my hair, I wanted them to think, oh wow, her hair is beautiful. It's big and it's bright. So at that time I did have longer hair. In January I cut it. Because for whatever reason I prefer shorter hair than long hair. So here we are. I feel like I have thoroughly mixed my hair. And we are going to begin the next phase of this wash day, which is shampooing. the second most important part of on the path to healthy hair is cleansing. So I am using CurlMix CurlFresh products. I don't know if you guys have heard of the CurlMix brand, but it is a black-owned hair brand based in Chicago. I want to say the company is about total like 13 years old, I think. And it was co-founded by Kim and Tim Lewis, because she was having her own hair care struggles with hair care products, and so she created her own. They were also how I end up kind of stumbling across them. They had an ad on Facebook, and they were on Shark Tank. And I was like, I like her hair. So I am using their Honey Hydration Moisturizing Shampoo. Reason being, when I went to the salon last week, my stylist did a clarifying wash. And when you are picking and selecting your shampoo, you don't want to always use clarifying or harsh shampoos, because they can be drying to the hair. And since I just got a clarifying wash last week, and the products that my stylists use are water soluble products, which mean that they wash out fairly easy out the hair. They're not full of silicones and all of those other tacky products that sticks to the hair and have a hard time getting off. I felt like the appropriate cleansing method would be a moisturizing shampoo. And so that's what we are using today right now. And I'm really making sure that I scrub my scalp. And so when you are cleansing your scalp, this is something that I learned early in my journey with dealing with my natural hair. When I used to wash my hair, I used to be like all over the place and having this old wild sensation and session of washing. And I used to wonder why like my hair was so tingly during my washing routine. I was like, oh my God, like I hated washing my hair before I found the proper techniques and methods. I hated washing my hair. It was literally a chore. I hated it. And as I was saying, I was all over the place. Detangling was a mess. My hair was a mess. I just hated it. And so when you're washing your hair, you want to wash in a downward motion, or the way you want your hair to lay. Instead of being all wild and over the place, you really want to make sure you're going in a direction and you're really using the pads of your fingers to cleanse your scalp. You use your fingernails, you could irritate the scalp, cause sores, and all of those things. And we don't want sores in our scalp. So we are definitely going to be doing a second wash, because the cleansing agents in our shampoo, they are attracted to dirt. And so when you're cleansing your hair and you don't have a lot of suds or no suds, that means your shampoo is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is getting all of the dirt, debris, pollens, environmental things off of your scalp and hair. So we're going to go in for a second wash. So we're going to make sure everything is nice and clean. On Wednesday nights rather, I host a live stream on Facebook, and it is entitled Main Chat, and we have curly hair care tips and education sessions. Every week we talk about a different educational hair topic. We started building a foundation starting at part 2. The foundation of hair care is the scalp, and every week we have talked about different hair care topics: scalp, hair properties, hair bonds, the hair cycle, porosity, pH, product pH. Tonight we are kicking it off part 12, and we're talking about hydration versus moisture. And at some point in our journeys, we've all been like, oh, my hair is so dry. I put oil on it, but it's just so dry. And there's a difference between hydration and moisture. And so we're going to dive into that conversation tonight. And talk about the difference between the two. And why they're both important, but they serve a different purpose. So I am going back in to do my second shampoo with the honey hydration. And as you can see, I have more lather. So this phase, this part is extremely important when you're talking about having on the road to healthy hair. Is a good cleanse so that you know that your hair is free of product buildup. It's free of sweat, especially for those ladies or gentlemen, because men have long hair too. For those that work out or sweat in their scalp for whatever reason, making sure that you have a clean scalp. So sunflower is definitely clean, and so we are going to rinse. Make sure you keep behind your ear. Going to rinse and go ahead and go into conditioning. I know there's a lot of shampoo because it's all on my wall. 90% of the time I do my wash days in the shower, simply because it's a messy process, especially when I get to conditioning. You condition everywhere. So we have this thing in our community that if your bathroom does not look like a crime scene with conditioner, you ain't doing it right. And so I can kind of say that about my shampoo because it's everywhere. So outside of my stylers, I have clips, which is good for staying organized, especially if you have a lot of hair, high density hair, very thick hair. Staying organized is going to be a critical step if you want to really make sure that you are getting every strand when applying your product or detangling. I have a shower mirror right here, so you see me look like I'm looking in my mirror, and it's just a good visual to see what you're doing. Making sure you got everything, every strand. Rinse all your product out when you're styling, making sure that you style your hair the way you like. You don't have to have, but I like to have a handheld shower head just because I can really control the pressure of the water and where I want it to cover it. But it's not necessary. It's just, it has its advantages. I have a hair catcher over my drain to catch all of my shed hairs, because I don't want my husband to kill me because I done clogged up the drain with all my hair. This honey hydration shampoo is the one, y'all. Like I constantly always like, and I've been using it for like 3 years, but I always feel like I'm like extra rinsing my hair because like it leaves my hair so hydrated and moisturized. And I remember when I used to use shampoos before, I used to leave my hair so dry. And just comparing, it's like, wow, like this product still got to be in here, but it's not. My hair feels clean. It has like some silkiness to it. And now we are going in one more good rinse. With my Daydream Deep Conditioner. Y'all remember back in the day we used to eat those orange sickles? I think they still sell them. But that is what this Daydream smells like. It's very thick and creamy. Very thick, very creamy. And so I will not emulsify it as I put it on my hair. Mostly my ends, because our ends is the oldest part of our hair and they need the most love and support. And so I'm making sure that we really get those ends. Is extremely important to me. Because if you are looking to retain growth, because our hair grows every day. So when people are like, my hair don't grow, that's not true. Our hair grows every day. But you may not be seeing your growth because you may be having some type of damage of some sort going on, which is a conversation we have on main chat called damage control, we have another conversation on identifying what damaged hair looks like, what could be causing damaged hair. And so our hair is always growing, but if we're not taking care of our ends, or we are constantly applying heat or chemicals, then the ends are not being preserved, and then we're not seeing our retention. And so making sure you take care of those ends is going to be important. How you handle your hair is going to be important, because if you have breakage, it can't grow. I mean, it'll grow, but it's breaking off. So how we care for and detangle our hair, which you want to start at your ends and work your way up. I'm going to put some more conditioner here soon. But the back is shorter, so it doesn't take really much to detangle the back, but you still want to detangle with care, no matter how short your hair is. Okay. And this part right here, I actually want to train it to fall this way. So I need to start brushing it and styling it this way. In January, I got my hair cut because I wasn't taking care of my ends. I wasn't going to my hair appointments like I should have. For months, I was like 8 months. I don't know what was going on. And my hair suffered from it, and I needed to kind of get rid of a lot of hair. But I had always been wanting short hair, probably like a year after I restarted my healthy hair journey. And so it just gave me the opportunity to get the look that I wanted. But the point of that is take care of your ends. And so with me having shorter hair now, I have to, my technique doesn't change. It's just how I go about it, because it's shorter. Like before I cut my hair wet, it hung here. Once it shrunk, it kind of went back up here. So going from that to this is definitely, I ain't gonna say it has challenges, but it's just different. And so, it's just different. So I really want to make sure that I'm working the conditioner in, because conditioning is just as important as our shampoo phase, because when we shampoo, we rinse out or cleanse out all of the dirt, debris, and some of our natural oils, which is sometimes why after we shampoo, my hair feels so dry. And depending on the type of cleansing shampoo you use, it could be very stripping, and we don't want stripping all the time. You only need that maybe like once a month, every 6 to 8 weeks, depending on what you're putting in your hair. But our conditioner, it put those emollients and oils and humectants back into the hair, which makes it softer, which allows it to attract the water, lock in the water, all of the things that is going to hydrate your hair and give you that curl definition. And so don't skip your conditioning. I know we have like our moisturizers and leave-in conditioners, and those are great to use after your conditioning phase, but don't skip your conditioning. And so with my longer pieces, I really do spend more time up here. And before I bring a tool, go in and finger detangle, finger separate like what I'm doing now to catch these shed hairs that kind of get caught on to my other hairs. Because when we go in with the brush, we miss those pieces, we pull through them, and we have breakage. And I don't know about y'all, but I work too hard to care for my hair to just be all rough and manhandling with it. So I definitely want to take my time. Let me put a bit more water. And as you can see, when I put the water in, I had very little drippage because the water, the conditioner really helped absorb that water to keep the conditioner in my hair. So I didn't lose any conditioner. The water just helped to spread it and emulsify it. So I got a shed hair stuck on this end. So I'm just going through smoothing and separating, feeling for tangles, any type of knots or anything like that before I go in with my brush. So wash days used to be, I felt like a chore. Now it is self-care time. I get to really take care of my hair. And then once I wash and style my hair, because I like to wear wash and goes, I've kind of started exploring like flat twists. But 90% of this journey has been wash and goes. And once I wash and set my hair, I'm good for at least 7 days. At least 7 days. I could probably go longer in some instances, but I don't want my hair to become severely dehydrated because I haven't washed it in so long. So a typical wash day for me is about 2 hours, and that's just with not giving myself any deep treatments, deep conditioning treatments, any other type of thorough treatments, protein treatments. About 2 hours. If I do a treatment, probably add like another 30 to 45 minutes on. But it's worth it for me. Okay. So I'm going to rinse my hand. And then I'm going to detangle my brush. Okay. And so after I detangle and smooth my cuticles back down, just twist it up. And twirl the ends and it pulls out. No shed hairs that my brush did not catch. And with short hair, my detangling process so much quicker than I used to be when I had longer hair, which I don't mind. But I will say there's pros and cons, because when I had longer hair, my detangling took longer, but I spent less time styling versus now with me having shorter hair in the back. I have to spend more time back there styling because I have to coil, and so it's a little more extra work. But it's pros and cons to all of this process. Just depending on what you want your end result to be for your hair journey. If healthy growing hair is the goal, then you gotta invest some time. So for those that are just joining in, my name is CoachTrell, and I am a natural hair coach and educator. And I decided to come on YouTube and do my first wash day live over here, since I had to wash anyway. So why not come over to YouTube and do it? Explore a different audience, as someone said in the comments that YouTube has a more younger audience versus Facebook, which is where I do most of my lives. But there's nothing wrong with stepping outside of your comfort zone, exploring something different, doing something different. So thank you guys for joining me on this wash day routine. It started a little crazy because my phone had no fell out of my phone case thingy. Then I had to go get my backup. Trying to see if that was all the loaning pieces. So here we are. So we are about to go ahead and rinse and get to styling. So this is what we're looking like. I really made sure that I got these ends nice and conditioned. All right. Yeah, my bathroom look like a crime scene. It's shed hairs all over the floor. Conditioner all over the shower curtain. This rinse, that's cold. Give my tools a rinse, so make sure you clean your tools. Alright, as soon as this water warms up, then I'm gonna rinse, because this water's cold. I don't know about y'all, but I am not a fan of a cold shower. I need that water to go in and warm up. And so I am going to be styling with two products today. I am going to be using the honey mousse, the
Anti-Frizz Honey Hydration Mousse, which is in the same family as the Honey Hydration Shampoo. And then, but I'm going to use mousse only on the back. And then for my top, I'll be using the Daydream Sculpting Jelly to style my front. Alright, so I think my water done warmed up a little bit. But it's a little bit too hot for my hair. That's a little bit too hot for my body right now. But as far as water temperature, I get that question asked a lot. And my recommendation is, what can your scalp tolerate? Keep in mind that hot water can be drying to the body in itself, so it can also be drying to the hair. So I like to use like a lukewarm, just a smidget of a little heat source. We are rinsing the conditioner. Just want to make sure you get all the conditioner out. My hair feels so good now. Are nice and wet. Alright, so we are going to take these, let me out in there, clip it up. And I'm going to put my plastic bag on top just to kind of lock some, so my hair doesn't dry out. So the water doesn't dry out as quickly. And then I'm going in with my mousse. I should clean my brush. Go in with my mousse. I'm gonna start off with about that much, and just put it around the sides. I love this mousse. It smells good. It has a really nice hold. And then just go in. And so this one I was talking about with having short hair, it takes longer. And just comb and coil. Now I'm not as detailed and as my stylist, because I am not a stylist. I know how to style, but I'm not a stylist. And so I'm trying to look at the phone. I got a whole mirror right here to utilize. So let's find some little pieces and just finger coil it. My stylist, when she coiled, she used the comb. I don't know how to use a comb. I tried once before some years ago, and it got caught in my hair, and it was getting tangled, and I was just like, nope. So I'm pretty sure if I worked at it, I could, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I am going to use my fingers. And I have a mirror right here that I'm looking into. So I can see, but I don't have like a good visual of what it currently looks like. But in my mind it's cute, so we're gonna keep going. So everything at this point is I'm just filling and twirling. I cannot see what is going on. So we are just winging it. Tell me what the back looking like. Let me get into some longer pieces. Oh yeah, I feel like it feels like it look good, y'all. At this point, that's all I can do is go off the field. Gonna make a little bit mousse right there. Feel like I got them all. I don't know. Did I get them all? I feel like it. Alright. Now I am going to go in with my sculpting jelly. I'm going to use about this much for that entire section. Emulsify it and put it on the saturated head. Make sure that I get it on every strand. This piece will pop over here. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit more water. Wash and goes require a lot of water. And I'm not rinsing the product out. I am really activating that gel and making sure that I don't have any flaking because there's enough water. Now I'm going to use my mousse and top it. And we're going to be done. So I'm not a raker. I like to smooth and separate. And I can see what I'm doing. And separate my clumps into smaller clumps. A little bit more mousse. Because this area up here of my hair, it frizzes the quickest. So I really have to make sure I have enough product there. Spread it back apart. Smooth. And separate. And this here is the easy part. It's the fun part. Styling. And see my hair, it already kind of naturally clumps. And I'm just separating. Let's pull it apart. So they don't love on each other all day. Smooth and separate. Last little section. And little shape. And voila. Sunflower is styled. And she is going to be set for the next 7 days until we wash again. So at this point, we are going to go sit under the hooded dryer for about 45 minutes. And I will come back with my live results. There we have it. So just to recap very quickly. I shampooed twice with the Honey Hydration Shampoo. Detangled and deep conditioned with the Daydream Deep Conditioner. I used the Honey Hydration Anti-Frizz Mousse for the back only. And then the front, I applied the mousse. Well, first I applied the Sculpting Jelly, Daydream Sculpting Jelly, and topped it with the Anti-Frizz Mousse. So that is my lineup for today. I will come back and show you guys the finished results. I am going to sit under the dryer, and I hope you enjoyed this live. I hope you learned something, and remember that you need to be patient with yourself. Be accepting of your hair, the condition and the status that it's in. Be consistent with your plan and your routine, and most importantly, educate yourself. Until next time, CoachTrell and P.A.C.E is signing off. Now how I sign off?